Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought as the French, with our invasion of China and now our war with the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Wow, it looks like we have quite a few engagements to look forward to. Oh wow, a whole bunch out here in the Pacific? Arabian Sea? Where? Right there. Like in passing? I'm confused. We're outnumbered though, and those are not small, but they're not huge. They are slow. Those are going against the Verite class. Oh right, the half caliber class. It's the battlecruiser like. It looks like theirs are all the same class. Supplingenberg. We have lots of escorts, they do not. Although, do we want to risk our destroyers in this fashion? I'm inclined to just focus with the heavy ships. Sure, it's our battlecruiser-like ships, but they're no slouches. We've got 4 heavy cruisers. I don't want those as a screen, I want them followed to provide some support. And then we're going to take these destroyers and split them up so we have squads of 4. I want to set them to follow each other, and then once we get engaged, we can split them off and have them dive in the squads of 4 as needed. So all of them are head, loose formation, tighten up the cruisers, and the battleships are good. Limited. We are low on fuel. We are. So we won't be able to use our speed advantage. Graceful, guys. Graceful. There's first contact. We're sitting at 14 kilometers. Looks like they're going to pass left to right. First hit. Quite a range. That was a lucky hit. Let's get turned to the correct side even if we don't expose the rear batteries. Slow it down. Lead ship takes their lead ship. Our second ship takes their second ship. Cruisers can focus third and line. Although really I want to split those up. 2 cruisers per target. 8 kilometers, 5% accuracy, give or take. 6.5. Maybe that was a temporary thing. Turn another roughly 30 degrees. Alright, we're at a good range. Good accuracy at this range. This is 6 kilometers. With our veteran gunners. Very comfortable engaging at this range. We should see more hits now. Oh yeah. Flooding. Second one down. Alright, let's retarget cruisers over here. Now, first look at this class. Definitely old style, but a nice setup for them. With a fore and aft dual turrets, lots of casemates above 5-inch. And 4 and a half. Ooh, that's not good. She having a very bad day. That gives us a view of what we're dealing with. No, you are supposed to be targeting Monarch. Target Versberg. We're getting a lot of hits. Cruisers doing? Destroyers are all fine. Cruisers seem to be doing fine. Sitting at just under 6 kilometers. Give a slow turn to the left. And keep up the gunfire. Retarget the cruisers. See, they have a group of cruisers over here that are coming in ahead a little bit. We'll target our front 2 cruisers to their front cruiser, and the rear 2 cruisers on their rear cruiser. Hopefully they can whittle them down before they get in too close a range. Let's rewatch all the gunfire. Cruisers being no slouches, since these are the modern ones with the old pre-Dreadnought setup with those sort of enclosures, stacked enclosures. Sponsons, that's what I was looking for. Sort of setup. Focus on their lead ship. Oh, nice torpedo detonation. Our cruisers are still doing fine. Monarch is down, so we can retarget Carno. Let's focus on the suppling bird with the Carno. destroyers and battleships trading fire out here. Oh, that's cool. It's such a long line. Alright, that is enough for right rudder. Let's go to starboard now. The Verite will now focus in the R pad because we're down to almost 4 kilometers. They will have good accuracy. We don't want that. Actually, I have a new plan. Carno will focus on the cruisers now. Focus all the cruisers on the rear one, and we'll see which one takes one down first. Oh man, ammo detonation. You could see those multiple heads coming in, making flashes on the hull. And back to port. Literally just shifting the rudder. Oh, looks like the cruisers might take out the Leonidas before the Miscope. Alright, Carno can now focus on Supplenberg. Damage to our cruisers, minimal. One of our destroyers took a couple of hits. Otherwise fine. Five and a half kilometers now. Things working against good accuracy. Oh no, accuracy is good. Excellent. And some more flooding damage in there. Left is the Bohemia. Heavily outgunned at this point. Again, with the older ships though, I'm wondering if we have to start a new campaign to have all the effects of the AI improvements from the last 5 optimization patches to take effect. I'm still seeing a lot of older ships. Or maybe they overcorrected because there was a tendency for the AI to delete its fleet. To update. And that may have created, they may have overcorrected and now the AI keeps its fleet for way too long. Nah. We are already winning. Do you imagine so? But we're gonna push for a little while. Oh, 4 destroyers against a light cruiser. This ought to be interesting. That and these should be... Oh, I don't know if these are the heavy destroyers or not. These are the anti-torpedo boat destroyers. Of course. Clonk. Alright, they seem to have sorted themselves out. Actually pretty good on the environmentals. There we go. There's our light cruiser. Dive in, full speed ahead. And turn. Drop the smoke. Oh, we've got 4-kilometer torpedoes now. Amazing. What kind of armor are we dealing with here? A little bit of belt. I mean, the torpedoes will more than take her out. We're not taking out their guns, not their mains. Let's go ahead and detach the Panther. Cut power. Sharp turn. Nah, that's not gonna work. Oh, keep up the speed. Okay, we would have dodged it. It's worth making sure. Flash fire, and I think she's done. That's gonna chain. Yep, there she goes. Four-kilometer torpedoes. That's good to know. Fast ones too, if I remember correctly. Our destroyers just got a lot more dangerous. Because the older capital ships, they aren't very accurate even at 4 kilometers. I think that's where they start to be a little dangerous. So we're effectively at a standoff range. I'm just going to auto-resolve that one. Either we get them or we don't. Same with this. Torpedo boats are a little bit too easy to run away with. Poland wants a battleship. Alright, we got pushback from Bohemia. Ooh, yeah, that was brutal. Alright, that's more equal offensive. We'll see how that goes. Where's their oil? Galicia? We won't get that immediately. We might call it to an end with Austro-Hungarians, depending. Like that, the army logistics is what's killing us. But they're not as far as ahead as they were. Their army is much, much smaller. But we're split in 2 wars right now. Like, this major offensive into central China is sorely lacking in personnel. We should have our battleships working up. What's our research looking like? Advanced destroyer funnels, not too concerned. Light cruiser, I know we went over some of this in the last episode. More quality. Fire squad. I'm not seeing anything that stands out too heavily. Just stuff that makes it a little bit easier. And how are we on shipbuilding size? Alright. So for our ships, our most recent battleship is 1904 design, the Veritas, which we just saw in action. And then we have the Galoises. Oh, the Veritas are actually proper battleships. The Galois is the one that's more of a pocket battleship or battlecruiser. So maybe we do another battlecruiser style. We do have a good hull form to work with. What's the optimal speed? 22. Yeah, we're way over. We want good range, slim and shallow. Good long-range accuracy. Ooh, that's got better base accuracy. Not as much communications range. Better damage control. Worse spotting for torpedoes, though. Trade-offs for this are interesting. Why do we have two small advanced Tower 2s? I mean, they're different, but why are there two of them? Really, I see the trade-offs being the advanced front tower and the advanced tower. Better long-range accuracy, better communications, better spotting. This one has a bunch of base accuracy on top of it, though. Better aiming speed, better for the gunnery, the things we want this ship for. And we're looking at that. Devices. Oh, that's a smaller footprint. I don't think deck space is really going to be a hindrance, and we can get some wing turrets with this one. And we'll compare that with I don't see anything good for long range. So it's really the base accuracy and aiming speed. That one's big, this one isn't. Keep a narrow tower rather than a full tower. Helps with smoke interference, smaller target signature. Not as good as spotting, though. Or deck space, though. Mark 3s all the way up to 13-inch. Wow. I'd like to keep 12-inch as a standard. That's good. This is the lightest weight one. something like this. Which that turret's so big it blocks the bridge. You can't look over it. Does the other... No, that can't see over him either. Like, the fly bridge can, but the main bridge can't see past the turret. That's gonna amuse me. That's gonna amuse me a lot. Feels very turn of the century. I like it. And that balances out. Then we've got to figure out our funnel situation. I'm inclined to use fewer funnels. Forward weight is significant. Our engine efficiency is abysmal though. So if we go for 4-stacker, look a little bit like this. Got the turbines. Switch to geared turbines, which we do want. That'll give us more space. Go to induced, go to forced, and we're up to a reasonable efficiency now. We want good auxiliaries, we want balanced. We still have the negatives, only for the electric. If we go to the hydraulics, better turning rate, better shift speed, that is very useful for a capital ship. We'll throw on our additional armor, we'll hope for torpedo bulge to fit. Citadel 2, standard ratios, capped ballistic HE, capped ballistic AP. Which is a bit much. Light shells, increased amount. I don't know, I'm going through this fairly quickly. I am feeling the ballistite for the extra penetration. Generally, it's going to be TNT for these because it's just safer to use. I'm taking a look. That and it saves some of the hull weight. Picric acid has too much of a malice to penetration. Dunite has a bonus, as well as damage, but is more likely to explode. I'm not too worried about our penetration. I mean, I would love to have the extra damage. Wow, our HE is taking pretty severe malice. What are we looking at for that? Yeah, our HE is barely any better than our AP. Maybe we do go to something like nose fused or base fused. Because the soft capped isn't much of a bonus, comparatively. Go to straight up HE. A lot more. And it allows these big guns to penetrate thin-hulled stuff. So if we look at belt, HE penetration maxes out at 3 inches at a kilometer. So this isn't really penetrating much. But our ships do encounter a lot of independent action or unescorted, and I don't see that going away. Yeah, let's do the reload. And with the smaller secondaries and tertiaries, I want to keep that HE up. Because it's going to chew up things like the the torpedo boats that we've been encountering. Are we sure we want to stop there? I fit 4s in the tops. Do we want a bunch of 7s? Or do we want these 6s in there and the 8s? I think we want 7s. 6s or 7s. As much as I'd like to use the 8s. Oh man, that penetrates 8 inches at 10 kilometers. Or 11 at 7.5. 8, 5. Yeah, let's do the 7s. Doesn't clip through the deck the same. It's not going to be as fast firing. It has its disadvantages. I am accepting of these disadvantages. No 3s. Can we fit these 3s somewhere? Nope, just up on the deck in general. We'll do 4-inch duels. Is that too much? 10 4-inch gun battery. Should we drop these down to 6s? Like the main guns have gotten deadly enough. We don't really need the secondaries anymore. I just like using them. Yeah, for the splash interference and the long range accuracy, I'm going to continue to go with the stereoscopic. Throw on acoustics, advanced radio. Yeah, we can use long barreled 6s. Alright, what are we looking at 7.5? 6 inches of penetration. That's not as much as I'd like. But they're a bit faster firing. 2.6 rounds per minute. The 4-inch we're going to keep not short barreled. We're going to keep them standard length. .12-inch. I don't want a long... Well, do I want to long barrel them? Like, if I build this out to be more of a battlecruiser, we're going to skimp a little bit on armor, in which case it makes sense to keep them out at a little bit longer range. I'm going to keep them standard length. One inch, 2-inch, 1-inch, 4-inch, sure. Deck, we're looking at, oh, wow, that is a lot of penetration. Armor quality is 100%. If we get 5 inches of top armor, we are protecting against our own guns as long as we're within 20 kilometers. Which, what's the accuracy at that range? We're not going to see a lot. But I do want to future-proof it, so we'll leave that in. It's our side armor. Let's go 464. We'll leave the 12-inch maxed out. That'll get us protection 15 kilometers or further. So our immunity zone is 15 to 20 kilometers. It's not great. It's not awful. And yeah, she's overweight and a little bit more of a battleship than anything. Glad I offset the Y turret because she's forward heavy. I'm wondering if we can bring her back and save weight on the torpedo bulge. Could save weight on the... Oh man, that works too. That pains me a little bit. Can also sacrifice a little bit of speed. Wow, that is heavy. That makes our engine efficiency actually fit. $29.8, 29.7, and there we go. And I don't like the weight offset. That's the thing that's killing me. Could throw the turret back further. That'll allow us to bring the rear tower back. Delete. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll need to delete these forward 4-inch. Then we can leave a little bit of a gap. Space out these funnels a little bit more sensibly. Alright, that's not too bad. And if I still wanted the 4-inch duals, I could put them here. Or potentially on a pedestal or something. I know we have this cutout that we could have used for a wing turret, but with 8 12-inch main battery, I didn't see the need for a heavy secondary. We did lose a little bit here. We'll delete those ones. Maybe we can bring these ones in slightly. A little bit awkward, but that's not unusual for this time period. And I think I kind of like the look overall. Induced is going to have enough engine efficiency, confirmed. We've got a tiny bit of weight to work with. I would really like to have a 2-inch deck, but we're not going to be able to do that. So I think I am happy with that setup right there. Pitches and rolls, which makes sense. She's flat-bottomed and thin. Not as much range as I would have liked. But I like her. And our heavy cruiser is also from 1904 to pair up with it. Man, they look pretty similar. Maybe I should have made them smaller. I know I maxed out the size and then I was going to make them a little bit smaller, but I didn't do that. It's more of a proper battleship than anything else, and the cost shows it. We've got 60,000 tons to work with, so I can build 2 of these. Can't build another pair. We'll keep them in Le Havre. Pardon the background noise. And we'll look at possibly getting some heavy cruisers in there. Oh man. And the time is about right, so that's not very far turn-wise, but I think we got some stuff done. That was a good fleet battle. We got a design done. We got some new stuff set up. I'm happy with that. So, I thank you for joining me. Appreciate you staying to the end. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.